to our first video on this channel, and this is all going to be about tech. And our first piece of technology that we're going to be reviewing is the Microsoft Surface Duo. Look at that. So what it is, it's kind of like a phone and a tablet. Like it's like, so if any of y'all used those like Galaxy phones before that like flip out and stuff, it's pretty similar to this, except it's from Microsoft. So I'm pretty sure this comes with like a stylus or something.
Yep, it does come. All right, so what we're going to do on our channel is we're going to review things from each point of view. So what we're going to do is, this is just going to be the unboxing, and then about a week from now you check back in and we'll have a review. I'm going to use it solid without a different device for several days, and then Ray, who's 11, he's going to use it solid. As not going to use his iPhone. So as a family, we're pretty much an iUniverse people.
Yeah,
we have iPhones, iPads, iMacs, MacBooks, and so years ago I did use the old Windows Phone, and I really liked them, but when that kind of died, I went over to the Apple world. So what we're going to do is unbox this, see what's in it. Then we'll come back and do a review next week of each one of our thoughts after we use this exclusively as our device for several days. So first, like Ray said, it is a Microsoft Surface Duo phone, so we're just going to crack into it. We already opened up the plastic, so we didn't have to fight with that. It's a pretty big box because the device itself is pretty big. So, all right, so first you got the device.
Here's our main thing we're looking at.
Yeah, it's kind of a book type device. It's similar to the Galaxy Fold, like Ray said. See if you can open it up, maybe. There you go, because I think that's going to cover the screen as well. And now turn around so they can kind of see the device open.
So here's the back of it, and then here's the front of it where the actual screen is.
Yeah, so the first impression I would say, from my point of view, being the parent who's going to have to pay for all this stuff, is it's glass everywhere. So, you know, for a semi-responsible adult and that kind of stuff, I mean, we're talking Gorilla Glass 5.
It's kind of like the newer iPhones from the 10 all the way up to the 11 Pro and the Max. It's all glass, front and back. Like if you drop it and this thing breaks, both sides are getting shattered.
Yeah. So and recently Ray and I were at Six Flags where my phone fell out of our pocket from on top of a roller coaster, flew about 40 feet, and I had to replace a whole bunch of things. Another thing that I noticed right away, you know, it's got the Microsoft logo there, but there's no cameras on the outside, just a camera on the inside. So that may be a little bit of a challenge to people who are used to hitting the button to kind of spit in. In this case, if you want to selfie, you're facing this way. If you want to use it facing that way. But we'll get more into that during the review process. All right, so item one here, we got the device itself.
And there's going to be more here.
That's our dog making a lot of noise.
Yeah, we were at Sam's Club and we found like 3 squeaky polka dot pigs, so we bought it for him.
Make sure you don't tear it.
Like this.
All right, so first thing, it comes though, speaking of dropping in, it does come with a set of bumpers. So these, we're not going to install them just yet, but these are kind of little rubberized bumpers that would protect it in a fall. They go along the edge. They have some just little sticker kind of things, and that's how you put them on. What's next in there, Ray?
Charging port.
Right, it is a USB-C charging port.
Kind of like the iPad Pros now.
Does come with a 18-watt fast charger. So that's the charging block.
There's the brick, as everybody in Apple calls it. It's the charging brick. And no cord. We have to provide it on cord.
No, it's in there somewhere, I bet.
Oh, okay.
All right, what's next? Alright, so we got a little accessories packet.
This is our
First, it comes with a SIM removal tool.
SIM.
We're gonna need that in a minute.
Yep. Because on this side right here, there's a little dot that we stick the SIM thing into, and it pops out the SIM card thing. And then we have a Motorola over there. We're gonna take the SIM card out of and put it in.
Alright, and then it's just got a little
book
of the stuff.
and then a limited warranty and safety guide.
We'll flip through that in a second with you.
And then lastly is this cord, which I'm pretty sure is for charging. Yep, USB-C. Alright, that is a long cord. Look how long that cord is, just in a circle. Alright. So,
Make sure we keep all the parts in case something doesn't work. Don't tear it up in case we have to return it.
okay. Yeah, this cord is long. It has two
How long is it, you
USB-C.
think?
It's two USB-C.
I would say
Oh, yeah, it is.
probably maybe 4-5 feet. It's pretty long.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good because
Like if I plug this, like I got big like a 6 charging port thing in my room. I could plug the Surface Duo in and like do stuff with the Surface Duo outside of my room, like just outside of my door. That's how long it is.
So the first thing I'm going to say that I noticed about this, Ray grabbed it, and so now it's it has a very reflective, glossy screen. So there's fingerprints all over that already. So we have a lot of, so it's going to be a big fingerprint magnet. I have only seen, we bought this at Best Buy today. I have only seen one case listed at Best Buy. So right now you're kind of stuck with these bumpers. If the phone gets popular, of course, 78 companies will start making cases for it. All right, so let's just start taking a look on the outside there. I think Ray pointed out, we got a SIM tray right here with the SIM tray removal.
Yeah.
Got power on and off right here.
You can press and hold that. And
Volume up and down right here.
And then nothing on the other side or on the top.
One camera piece, or that's the flash, one camera piece, the earpiece, one speaker, so you don't get stereo speakers on this. And that's, you know, today for a phone that costs, this one's $13.99.
There's the plug
And
on
then,
the bottom.
yeah, charging plug. So
Right.
let's go ahead and turn it on, Ray, and hopefully it has a charge on it.
I just now press and held the power button, and now
There you
Oh,
go. So you
there
get
we
the
go.
Microsoft logo.
Microsoft logo.
I'm sure we'll have to do a bunch of updates, so we'll probably pause this while we
Yeah.
go through all the updates. All right, so what does
Yeah.
it say first, Ray?
Hello, and now it's asking which language we speak in, and I'm just going to press United States, because that's where we are. Searching for Wi-Fi networks.
Let's enter ours.
Alright.
Don't say it out loud while you do it. All right, so we
Okay.
connected to ours. You can see just the normal setup.
Yeah.
Screens.
Alright, now it's checking for updates. Update phone. Okay.
All right, so we got some updates to do. We'll see how fast this goes. We got giga internet, so maybe it'll go fast. Let's see. Installing system updates. Does it give you a time? So you notice right away on the screens, you have the status of something going on because it's a dual screen device. So you have a status on one side and then what it's doing on the other. They aren't the same screen.
Yeah. Kind of like a split screen.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break while this happens and then we'll come back.
Welcome, guys.
Welcome
We're
back from the update. So now it gives you an option to do a restore. We're not going to do that. We're just going to set it up as a new device. Don't copy.
Got some root beer? Sure.
Alright. I am going to use my Google information now.
because he's going to do the first 3 days, and then I'm going to do the last 3 days. But so we don't have the same type of experience, he's going to be using his email account for the first 3 days, and I'm going to be using my email account for the last 3 days. So.
All right, so it's just going through our setup process. A bunch of I agrees and things like that we always get.
But we never read them. We just say, I agree.
Check out what's trending with Google. More I agrees. Your assistant can already recognize your voice because I've had a Google device in the past, I guess. A whole bunch of I agrees again, accept, I agree, and then sign in with Microsoft. And normally I can read. I can read my Microsoft stuff.
So I can sometimes.
All right, slight technical difficulty, and we're back again.
On my phone.
And again, more accept. Because this is a Microsoft phone, it is really tied to your Microsoft stuff, which is good. I use a lot of Microsoft stuff for work. We're going to allow OneDrive access. We're going to allow it to know where our location is. We'll help you with PIN numbers and fingerprints. We did notice, Ray noticed that there is a fingerprint reader on the side right here. So I'll put in my passcode.
Because this little booklet right here, it says all of the stuff on the Duo. And I don't know if it's mirrored or not, but this is Fingerprint Reader, and I'm like, oh, so it's kind of
like. So now it's having me set up the fingerprint. So it says place your thumb or index finger on the fingerprint reader. So I'll try that. Lift your finger, place it down a few times.
Just like the Apple, like the older Apple phones, where they have Touch ID. It's just a.
Which I miss. I don't like Face ID, and especially in the time of having to wear a mask everywhere.
Yeah.
And several people have said, well, reset up your
Face ID is just like, who are you?
Yeah, with a mask, but I haven't done that, and so.
Because it doesn't work.
So I don't like it. All right, so I just added my index finger. I'll go in and add my thumb later. Now it just says finishing touches. Talks about going to the home screen, going back, see your apps. If you've signed in, if you have other Microsoft devices, and that kind of thing. All right, so it takes you to an initial screen here. It looks like it's just black. Oh no, it's got, I'm not sure you can see that or not. It's kind of a starry sky kind of thing. All right, so that's our unboxing, and so we're gonna use it for a few days, and then we'll go back and do a review after I use it and a review after Ray uses it, and then each of us will give our kind of view of it based on how we used it. And of course it's going to be different for each one of our ages, and so we'll kind of see what each of us think of it. So first thing I'm kind of noticing, it's pretty smooth. You can move the apps from one side to the other. But again, we're going to do an entire review. Ray, anything else you want to talk about during the unboxing?
So,
the hinge is really tight. It is not. It's really.
But as we use it like more and more for like 6 days, it's gonna start getting looser and looser.
You think? Oh no.
Yeah.
Another thing that I noticed.
I'm not talking about like too loose, but just like a little. It's just like. When I ride my bike, it was kind of like a little bit ratchet before. Whoa. That's so cool.
I'll show them what you think is cool.
So, right here, it's like, okay, I'll say it, okay. So, you can swipe through the apps, obviously, and also, if you press and hold on the screen, press and hold on the screen, this pops up. Where it's like, whole.
That's kind of like swiping up on your iDevice where you can see all the screens are open.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I know. It might take a few days just to get used to using Android.
And also right here where there's like six apps, it's kind of like the newer iPhones where it's like there was like a favorite stock on the bottom. So that's what reminds me of something.
Alright, so that's our unboxing video. So I'm going to use the phone for a few days, and then Ray's going to use the phone for a few days, and then we'll come back and give you a review. So we hope to see you then. Bye.